Hi everyone, welcome to my kitchen. For those of you that are new, my name's Janice and I'm a Thermomix consultant. Tonight we're doing a white chocolate and raspberry soft saucing pudding. Now, I've chosen this one because it uses the Varoma. Now, I'm supposed to use a round ceramic dish, but I haven't got one the right size. So what I've got is this little glass one, and it fits inside the Varoma with the lid on, and I've got the trivet underneath it to allow the steam to get round. Now, one of the things with the TM7 that I'm looking forward to is the bigger Varoma. It's like 45% bigger than this Varoma due to its size, like its shape. It's going to a more squarer shape or rectangular. But anyway, we're going to start cooking. It says to grease a round ceramic dish and set aside. So that's what I've got there. Now we want into our mixing bowl, we want 80 grams of white chocolate broken into pieces. So I've actually broken it up a bit in the while it was still wrapped up. And we want tear the scales. And this is going to form part of our sauce. One more should do it. There we go. Perfect. And we're going to grind that up. Let's check our mixing bowl to make sure that it was in fact clean and empty. 10 seconds on speed 7. And we're going to put it in a small bowl and set it aside. Okay. So when you're milling your chocolate, if you mill it too long, it does melt and you end up with a paste instead of a nice powder like that. And I'll put that there. 60 grams of unsalted butter. Okay. Oops. Oh yeah, let's put it all in. That was exactly 60. Beautiful. So it says to place the simmering basket on top of, instead of the measuring cup on top, and we're going to melt the butter. So 2 minutes. Now my simmering basket is in the dishwasher, so I'm just going to leave it open like that, and I'll be back. Next, we're going to add the flour. Okay, so we want tear, and we want 160 grams of plain flour. Oops, that doesn't matter. Well, it probably does, but I can't undo it. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. .80 grams of caster sugar. 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. Oh, this is actually vanilla extract. 120 grams of full cream milk. Perfect. 1 egg. So self-saucing puddings were always the favourites in the winter when my kids were little, and they were so easy to make. You just made a regular chocolate cake and then mixed up, can't remember, cocoa and hot water, and I think there was syrup, I can't remember, it's so long since I've made it. Poured it over the top. Oh look, it says add reserved grated chocolate. I thought that was in the sauce. Lid on. Five seconds. Speed 4. Okay, scrape down the sides with the spatula. So I don't know where I put my spatula. Yum, that looks good. Lid on. 3 seconds, spin 4. Okay, 160 grams of frozen raspberries. And then we're going to combine that with the aid of the spatula. You just want to get all the raspberries coated with cake batter. Transfer into a prepared dish and set aside. Yum. Okay. Clean and dry the mixing bowl, and then we want some more chocolate. That's where I got confused. Rightio. I will be back with a clean, dry mixing bowl, and we shall keep going. Rightio. Clean, dry mixing bowl. And we're going to put in 80 grams of white chocolate. I didn't read my recipe very well. Broken into pieces. That's broken enough. Perfect. 300 grams of full cream milk. I might need to open another bottle, but let's see. Nope. 307 grams. Next, now it says to place the simmering basket on the lid. 2 minutes, 100 degrees, speed 2, and then I'll be back. Okay, next. 50 grams of caster sugar, which I've just put away because I was tidying up. Radio. I'll have a quick look at that. Now we'll put in our 50 grams of caster sugar. Three teaspoons of corn flour. So I zoomed around like crazy while that was doing that and put everything away because I thought I was done. And we're only up to step 30 of 41. Okay. We're going to put the lid back on. 5 seconds on speed 4. Okay. So now we've got our pudding in the basin and we're just going to pour that over the top. And they say to use the back of a spoon just so we're not going to cause craters in our pudding. Okay, like that. Yum. Next, cover the pudding with a piece of wet well-wrung baking paper. I'll grab that in a minute. Oops. Clean and dry the mixing bowl and I'll be back at that stage. Rightio. Full disclosure, I didn't dry the mixing bowl because we're just going to add in 1100 grams of water. So it is still quite damp. I'll just grab a little bit more water, yeah. Right, perfect. Next, and now we're going to put the aroma in position. Oh, I need the baking paper, hang on. Well-run baking paper. We're just going to pop that over the top. I don't know if it's supposed to touch the pudding, but that is. Okay. Okay, now we're going to put this on top. Next, we're going to put the lid on, and that's going to cook for 45 minutes at Varoma temperature. Speed 1. And then once that's done, we'll come back and we'll test it, and you just got to poke a skewer in, and if it comes out clean, then it's done. Otherwise, you can add another 5 minutes. So I will be back. So that's the 45 minutes up. It says sprinkle with almonds and dust with icing sugar. So let's see if I can burn myself. Right, yeah. So I'm not going to put a fork in that, a skewer in that, because if you do that, I can feel that's got nice resistance. Now we're just going to serve this with, I'll think of it in a minute. We're going to serve it with cream, just pouring cream. I don't think it needs any extra sugar or anything. I'm going to leave this to cool a little bit before I take it out of the varoma here. Okay. This icing sugar's a bit clumped up. And mainly because it's just sugar that's been milled. It's got nothing in it to stop it from sticking together. Like, I mean, icing mixture has got like a potato starch or a corn starch or something, or wheat starch in it to stop it clumping. We just got some flaked almonds. See if I can get down there without burning myself. That is quite warm. So I reckon it's going to ruin how pretty it is, but if I get a spoon and go just down in the corner, it'll thicken up a bit with standing. It smells delicious. It smells super vanilla-y. Hot. That cake is really soft and tender. That is delicious. Yeah, I reckon you could also do that in the oven. If you just put a lid on it. I'm going to try and do a few more things in the varoma, I think, just to show you how, all the different ways you can use your varoma. And I'm also going to be looking more into the modes and everything like that, and your attachments like the sensor and the blade cover and all that. Rightio. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, could you please give it a thumbs up, pop over to my channel and subscribe, and I really hope I'll see you next time.